Analog, we have the ability to ingest from, say, a video, an old VHS. So if you had a murder from 20, 30 years ago that was on VHS, we could actually ingest it.
Sorry, Vernon, can I just say one thing there? Just, Mr. Faraz, is it okay if we record this and send the video on to you at a later stage?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. IP cameras, we can record from IP cameras, but we're not really reviewing in real time. This is post-event. There has been a crime. We have the video. We now need to look at it. Potentially, we could buffer and be running maybe a couple of minutes behind, but obviously that needs good infrastructure. And then audio, we can ingest audio files to add to a case. So covert, obviously we have the acoustic. We're integrated with lots of different covert solutions. And then you can't see it on here because I don't have the plugin, but we're integrated with Milestone and with Genetec VMS. So as standard, I would select where my file is stored. Where I would just choose a video. So select my video. It automatically analyzes the video. It tells me what format it is, and I know straight away that this is playable. If for any reason we had a video that had a format that it didn't recognize, it would show me an error here, and then I have some other options to make it play. But this standard video, as would be with the acoustic video, it will just go straight into the system seamlessly. It will show me the first frame. This is quite important. It may be, if it was a covert camera and you had, say, a spider's web here, you would get maybe some false positives. So I can actually select around that to avoid this. Also, if it's a high definition video and you were looking in a very specific area, so you have this building and this building, let's say I was really focusing close in here, I could actually select an area here and apply a deeper algorithm. So it's quite a good feature. We then choose how we're going to look at the video. So what we're going to do, so if I say event detection and classification, I'm looking that the system works by looking for motion. So I can look by color, by direction, or by object. So I could be looking for a green car or a person that's going from east to west, or I can look in any direction. So I have options there. So we do have face recognition and face detection. I don't have it enabled on here, but that is an optional module. And if that's of interest, I can still show you some examples. So we give the video a name, and this is the name that will appear on this left-hand side. So this is purely a management system here. And then the group, face detect, is this group. So this is just basically what I'm going to call it and where I'm going to store it in here. And all of this would be relevant to one particular operation. We then, if, for instance, the time frame on the camera hadn't been set correctly, or there'd been a power failure and the time was incorrect, but we knew the time, we could adjust it on here, and then that's how it would show on our timeline. Also, if for different countries, we can adjust time differences.
Okay.
I have the option to put a map. So if I know where the camera is deployed, I can actually put in a location and it will show me where on the map the camera is. I'll come back to maps at the end, but I can actually build up. So let's say here I had one camera there, and I can capture the story and I can actually show on my map where the cameras are and what video they got from them. This is customizable, so some of this I'll have to enter, but we can define what we actually want to put in here. So this can all be configured to suit.
Sorry, but my I have a colleague with me, and he has a question for you.
Okay,
Sir, how are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you.
You talk about you can find the location of the camera on the map. Is that
Yeah.
right? So you can decide the location of this camera on the map by the video, the streaming of the video, or the file of the video.
Yes.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah. When I finish, I will show you how that would look.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. So I then get to begin processing. I'm not going to do this because obviously we are on limited time. How long the video takes to ingest depends on the actual video size, whether it's obviously 2 hours of video, 7 days of video, whether it's high definition. There is no sort of it works at this speed, but it will be a lot faster than real time. So I'm not sure how quick the acoustic files ingest, but it will be a lot quicker than if you were to, do it in real time. So I will cancel that because obviously I already have lots of demos. Once I clicked there, I would actually see the video appearing in this window, and it will just say it's ingested 3 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes. But I could actually start searching whilst it was ingesting. So if I did have a lot of video, I would start the process, maybe walk away for 15 minutes. And then when it's done a couple of hours, I would come back. And if I wanted, I could start searching.
Okay.
So I will cancel at that point, and I will go to my review. And let's. So actually what I would, I'm just going to delete something first. So I'm going to start this one again. So let's delete that. Okay. Right. So if I go back to my review, everything you see in orange here, this is the timeline. So this is a 2-hour video.
Mhm.
Everything you see in orange is some movement somewhere in this video. It could be a person, a car, a cat, a dog. It could be anything moving in this video. But what I want to do is I only want to see what happens in this house. It could be a murder or there could be a drug dealer, but I need to know who goes in and out of this property. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add a filter.
Okay.
And I'll give it a name. So it's the drive of the house. So I can search by who just goes that way, or I can search who comes out. So I'm going to search for all directions, but I could choose, if I was looking for a car that went across here, I could select a particular direction, but I'm going to choose all direction. I can search for specific colors, but that's good if it's daytime. But at nighttime, under street lights, colors change. So it depends on the video I've got. And then I could search for people or vehicles. So I might be looking for a green car or a man wearing red. So I will search for everything. So there are my criteria. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw a little box here.
Okay.
And save it. And now if I go back to my review and I turn my filter on, straight away, I've gone from this to this. So there are only about 8 events that actually happened here.
In this particular area.
Yep. This is all I'm interested in, who goes in here.
Okay.
So now, instead of me having to watch every bit of video, I just turn my filter on. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip from one event to the next. So I've skipped the first 10 minutes. I'm not interested in this person. This person here is going to walk into my area of interest.
Interesting.
1 hour later, he comes back out and he's changed. Now he's walked back down and he's met this vehicle, but he hadn't gone in. Now he goes back in, and that's why it's showing. So it picks up about 5 seconds before the actual event. So I can watch this 2-hour video in about 5 minutes. So if you now imagine you've got 7 days of video and only 3 things happen in those 7 days, it's in a quiet location, someone would normally have to sit for 7 days, or they'd speed it up. And if they speed it up, that's when they miss things. So what I do here, if I just pause it here. So this is my suspect. So what I can do here is I can say, actually this red, I don't know if you saw, but this red vehicle just pulled up here. Let's just go back a bit. Let's go back to here. I'll just play that. So what I can do is I can actually pause it there, and I'm going to tag it. So actually I could create an object, or I can create a tag, and I'll say, so car, enter scene, red car pulls up over. So this could be important because this could be potentially a witness. So I make my notes and I say, this is interesting. And I add that. So what I've done now is I'm creating these little tags. And if I now go to my tag report, this is the one that I've just added here. So this is, and I can click it and I can actually go straight to where it appears on the video.
Okay.
And this is obviously a demo. I used this one. I was doing an exhibition yesterday, so I was adding tags in. So go to any of these and it will show me the relevant tags. So I could actually have multiple investigators working on this, all feeding into this one report. Maybe one investigator is focusing on Darren Dawson, somebody else is focusing on a different person, and we can have one big report with all of their notes. And then I can filter it, so I could actually search for, say, just, I can't remember if I've got blue in here. Blue, yep, so in here, with driver of blue car, this is meets driver of blue car. So I can search through here for particular notes, and then maybe they're the only ones I want to actually save. So in a typical investigation, somebody will go through, they will physically write down all of their notes, and once it's finished, they will get Excel and they'll create a report, and they will cut and paste images into Excel. They will physically write their notes, the date, the time. As I make these tags, I'm already doing that. And then what I do is I click and I export here to Word. And then what I actually end up with is a report here. So all of my tags, my date, time, this is all done for me automatically. I don't have to do this after I've finished reviewing. And this can be fully customized here. You can have the police force badge, dress, whatever. This is fully customizable. So this is another big time saver. So I'm saving a lot of time on my review, but I'm also saving a lot of time on my reporting. So I keep going and I keep tagging. I can add this as a new object so that when I tag it, it will appear in this list here. And the next thing I can do is I can say, okay, all of these bits of video here are really critical to my investigation. So I click on this button and then I go into my reports. And now it's added them all here. Each one of those clips has been added. I could also add pictures, my maps at the end of it. And then if I do each one, I can give it a name. So I have a title slide here. I can add my comments. I've got the log of where it came from. It's hashed as well. I can slow it down, speed it up. And then what I do is I can export this as either a DVD or as an AVI, an MPEG, and actually create a video report. And I will show you an example. So this one here. So what we've done is we've put in our stills, and then we've got the video. And we've zoomed in on the man's feet because his boots, his shoes were important. So each video section has now been created to make a storyboard. So in this case, we showed his boots, and then these boots were recovered from his house. And I can now send this file to the investigation team, to the Crown prosecution, to the Defence Counsel. You know, this is the evidence we've got. So this is another intelligence report. Any questions on that?
Yeah, I have one question. When you zoom on something, is there any filters to clarify the image or process it, or just zooming, depending on the camera?
Okay, right, let's clear that. If I go back to my review, that's actually where if I get a better picture of him, try and think which one. So here, what I could do here, let's turn that off. In this particular thing, I can zoom in, but
Okay.
I do have the option on here to do deinterlacing. So I can improve it, but obviously it does depend on your video.
Okay.
But we do have, and I will come to it, we do have separate clarification tools. So I'm going to come to that on the next bit. But yeah, we can zoom in here, and I could deinterlace and probably make it a little bit better, but this is a very low resolution video.
Okay.
So, okay, so let's just go back to my reports. So I've input here. So I could, if I wanted, take now a still image of this. Done it. Go to my report, my image report. Oh, I did it twice. Just delete that one. So there's my still image, and I could now add this into my video report. Did I do it? I didn't select it. That's right. So it's now added that into my video report. So when I burn off my video, that would now be included. Okay.
Okay.
So I created my video storyboard. I've created my tag report. I've also got the option on here for grid. And let's go to that one. So as well as searching by direction, I've also captured everything that went through my video, people and cars. So I can very quickly, I can search by the time, or I can search for, say, vehicles. Vehicles are also bikes and things. So I might be looking for a guy here. So I can very quickly trawl through and then say, okay, where does he appear in the video? Oh, let's get rid of that. Sorry, let's get rid of that. Just the back to my grid. There, and that's him appearing there. So if I now play that bit of video, this is where he appears. See, obviously this hasn't gone in our filter, which is why it didn't show. But I could then actually have taken that section of video and put it into my report. So grid is very, very useful for quickly triaging and scrolling through to see what you've recovered. If I now go to my maps, this is what we talked about, maps. Sorry, let's get to the middle would help. Sorry, let's zoom in this way. Probably could have done this probably a bit easier, but I'm trying to do it the wrong way. So, okay, you can now see that this was a camera. And if I click on the camera, it shows me the video that's associated with that. So if I now had 3 different cameras, it shows me where they're looking, what video comes from it. If there was a tag with that video, it would also show up here as a green dot. And so I could actually then have my story. So let's say there was something happened, someone drove down this road and there was a camera, it picked it up here, then they come here. So I can actually get my story here, and then I can actually export that. Let's say add it to my video report. If I went back into here now, I've actually got my map. So when I burnt off my video, that map would be included. And with my map, what I could do is I can actually draw route maps. So I could draw a line that showed what path they took. I could put an icon of a car, and I can actually build this up. So normally in a police office, you would have a map stuck on the wall with pins and pictures and that, and maybe bits of string showing the route. Well, I can do all of those things in maps.
Yeah.
Okay, so I will go now to talk. You asked about clarifications.
Yeah.
Right, so I will add an image here. Right, so go clarification. So here we have a very blurred number plate.
Yeah.
And what I will do is I will do focus blur, and I'm going to try and make this here more circular and also watch what's happening here. So I'm going to change the radius. You can see the circle is getting better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to get a bit more definition on here. I'm starting to see numbers. Okay. Okay, so I'm now getting a reading on that number plate.
Good.
Everything that I've done is captured here. And if I click on this button, I can actually print off a disclosure report, which will show me what I've got, and it will show me what I've done. So if in court somebody said, I can't read that, how did you get there? You can say,
Yeah.
I cropped it, we did motion blur, focus blur, we took it to that strength, and there's my evidence. I'll show you a few other examples.
Okay.
So, where's my, so let's find another video. Where's it gone? Oh, there. So this is a nighttime video. What you're seeing here is noise in the video, but after it stabilizes. So if I just take a section of this video and I add it into my video report there, go clarification. We'll do a histogram edit. Oh, hang on. I didn't want to do that. Not crop that. No, I need to get back to it there. Do linear transform. That's better. I haven't done this one for a while. I forgot what I was doing there. Okay, so there's my result. And again, I can add that into my report. So if I there's now my image report. But you can see there, that was my source image. That's my result.
Yeah.
There's everything I've done. Again, print off a disclosure report. So if anyone said, you've made that up in Photoshop, well, actually, no, this is what I did. If you have the same image, you do exactly the same, you will get the same result.
You have the source and the result. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have here ISO 17025. I don't know whether that is, that's a regulation you now have to follow. I think it will become worldwide, but certainly in the UK at the moment, all of the police forces are having to comply with ISO 17025. By doing this, they're showing repeatability, and that's what ISO 17025 is. Okay, I will maybe do one more just to show you this bit here. Again, I will take a little bit of this video, add it into my report. But you can now see that I'm getting a reading on that plate. I can keep stretching it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So again, we've gone from that to that.
Mm.
So these are tools that obviously you can use to very quickly get results. And they're all built in one software solution, so I don't need to go outside. I can do it within this. I will now show you annotation and redaction. So in this bit of video here, this lady is going to come along and she's going to steal this vehicle.
This is actual accidents or just a demo?
This is a demo. So,
Okay.
so she's going to steal that vehicle. So what I will do is I will take this video from here and I will add it into my video report. So there it is there. And now I will go to annotation there. Okay, so the first thing you see is we have the video time in the metadata, but it's not actually in the video. So I will add a spotlight and add text. I will use the timestamp. Change the color. And okay, so we've now added the time in the camera in the video. I will lock that. And now what we'll do is we will redact this person. So maybe change the color of that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to redact all the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been to a lot of police forces where they have to do every single frame and it takes them a few hours. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag it and I'm going to follow her. So maybe 6 or 7 will probably be enough. I can adjust it if I need to. Let's have a look. So in about 20 seconds, so there, I could just slightly drag it. So that was very quick. I can change the different level. If I wanted, I could do the reverse. So maybe it's a covert location. I'm interested in the person, but I don't want anybody to see where it was.
Okay.
So I can change that. And then what I could also do is I could put an arrow and some text. Again, let's do that. And then what I can do is in exactly the same way, I could drag it and do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
So let's just do one more. But if I now go back to the beginning and play it. So what I could do is I could now put another redaction on there. Maybe there was a witness in here. I could redact that one and put another tag saying witness. So it's very, very quick, very easy to redact and to annotate.
Okay.
So that is, to be honest, most of those features. What I haven't shown you then is the face recognition and face detection. So if this is of interest. So in this scene here, none of these people are known. So when I play the video, they all show up as unknown.
When I have the voice recognition, they will show as unknown.
These will show as unknown because you don't have these faces stored in a database.
Okay.
This person here does not look at the camera, so it's not recognizing him because we are interested in this part of the face here. So he doesn't show, but everybody else will show up as unknown. So if I then go back to my grid and I change this to face attributes, this is now picking up all the people in the video. And then I could search for females or I could search for male. You will get some potential false hits if a male has very long hair or a female has very short hair.
Yeah.
It is possible.
Yeah, sure.
The same with glasses, because I can't tell if this person actually has small glasses, but it's a way of filtering down. But in this instance, I may say, I'm looking for a man wearing a red hat. Well, I can very quickly scroll down to, is that the person? Where does he appear in the video? There he is. And then take that bit of video and add it into my report. And there it is. If I wanted, then I could maybe redact all the other faces in the video and just leave his in exactly the same way as we did here.
Yeah.
So that is face detection. As I say, these people are not known. They're not stored on our database. But if we have the faces are known, so in this video here, if I play here, so this is now identified Mark Sugru. He's my boss. There's an 81% chance. And if I click on it, this is all the information we have stored in our database. So we could have a database of 10,000 photographs, and it has done a match, and that is an 81% chance that's him. He could have shaved, his hair's different, or he's wearing glasses, but that's an 81% chance. There may be another person that shows up as 53% chance, but you would look at it and go, not them. But this obviously is a triage tool. I can go into the settings and say, only show me matches above 70% or 75%. And so you're going to reduce the amount of false hits you get.
Yeah, but I can compare between two images, even if it's not in my database.
You have to have a person initially stored in your database to get a match. It will only show you people that are matched in your database.
So if I have a suspected person, I must put his picture in the database and then compare it with the other scene that I have.
Actually, if you had an unknown and it thought it would show as unknown, let me show you a different video. So in this, this one here, let's just play these. So he's known, but some of these are unknown. Someone on here is unknown. Come on, I know there's an unknown one coming soon. So he is unknown. So I could now add this person to my database. So yes, it would have come up as unknown. If I know who that is, I can now add them, put in their name, their age, and information we've got on them. And next time it would recognize them. So I can now add and build my database.
Okay.
So if it found a match, but it didn't know them, it would show it. But then you would need to say, okay, that's a match, but we don't know who it is. Or maybe you do, maybe you've got them in another video. And then you could potentially, I go back to grid. Okay, I don't have face recognition actually stored on this system, but I could say where is. I could then choose a face and it would look through all my videos and see if it can find them in one of my videos.
Okay.
So we have the option to do it that way. So I think that is probably, as a quick demonstration, showing you the key features of the system.
Thank you.
So any further questions?
So about the video that we put it in this software to make it analysis for him. This software, did the software have the ability to detect if the video fake or not?
You do get here, you do get a hash for every frame. It's not telling you if the video is fake. We can tell if a still image is fake.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we're not detecting if the actual video itself, if someone has faked it. No, but to be honest, every frame has a hash.
Okay.
So I think maybe if you had a particular image you weren't sure about, we do have something. See if I can find. I'm just doing something at the moment.
I think he asked about recently some videos play with the faces. Some apps can change the face of a person, like Face App or something like that.
Yeah, did things like deep fake.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Because the video in this case is like evidence we act with the video. So maybe somebody will play with this evidence.
Yeah, I say the videos are hashed. Every frame is hashed.
Okay.
You can see, if you can see this clearly, every frame is hashed. So I guess it could be possible from here, maybe to tell. I'm not sure. I would probably need to speak to my
Okay.
CTO to see on that one. Certainly with images, it's something we're doing at the moment. Just trying to think of it. Let me just try and find, I'll show you something we're doing at the moment. We're actually adding a load of authentication in at the moment. Just trying to think what I've done with it now. Oh, I know where it is. Right, I'm just going to find something to show you. Right. Just bear with me a second.
Yes.
Okay.
Take your time.
Yeah, it's something that, so we're just adding some new features in at the moment. So on this particular one here, this was a video in, so this is not showing the video is fake, but somebody took an image from a news report in Ireland, and this minister had gone missing, and he was playing golf, and he was heavily criticised. So somebody took a picture from the video, and they superimposed a golf club on his tie.
Okay.
So within our software, we have error level analysis, and it can show it's been modified. You can see that I think it looks at the compression of the original to particular elements. So here you can see they've superimposed the news logo, but here they've superimposed the golf club. So we're bringing in more features now for authentication, and authentication of the video is obviously something that we will be looking to add.
Okay. Okay.
What I will say is, when we import the video, we're making a working copy. We never touch the original video. That is still intact in your original location. We create a working copy. So when we do our annotation, redaction, we're always working on working copies.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that's probably yeah. And then this is something, so on a photo, you will have all of the EXIF data. So here you can see this has been done in Photoshop. So straight away you would suspect something has changed here. But that isn't the case. We don't have that for the video at the moment, but for the if someone's uploaded a still image like I did of that car number plate, you would see here straight away I'd be suspicious because this has gone through Photoshop. Yeah. And then say other reports we can view, we can print out a log to see who's accessed the system and what they've done. And there was my disclosure report. If I'd exported a disclosure report, that was actually for that car number plate. It shows you what I've done. I've cropped it. I've done the focus blur. And that's what you would show in court. So that was for that one. So I think I've covered everything.
Interesting.
I don't think there's anything I haven't really shown you. No, I think that's pretty much covered it.
Thank you, Vernon.
My pleasure.
Mr. Faraz, do you have any questions?
No, sir. It's the demonstration is very clear, but my colleague have just one last question. In the demo, he mentioned that the database for face recognition is 10,000. It's limited for 10,000, or can I?
Oh, you can have bigger. Yeah, you can have bigger.
Okay. All right.
I take it you would just import that into, just give access to that, yeah?
Into the database.
Yeah.
Yeah, the database is a third-party engine, so it needs to be installed separately. And
Okay,
then, yeah, your users would access that central database. Yeah, and you would add it into a central database.
great. Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions, Mr. Faraz?
No, Mr. Gary. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Actually, I will show you one more thing actually while I'm there. Let me just see. If I bring this one up. So just to show you this, this has been used in some very high profile cases here in the UK, globally, but this is one from the UK. This judge is very famous, is very well known, and it was challenged, and it's constituted as this technology is seen as being an independent review. So it has been challenged in court and been successful. So it's been used on lots of murders and things. And then this is an example. So they imported 1,900 hours of video from 16, I think it's however many videos it was. But they actually didn't need to look at 1,500 video hours. So it saved them looking at sort of 1,500 hours of video, which is so many days, weeks, months for so many people. So the time savings are huge.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got a covert operation and you've got 10 days worth of video and someone literally has to sit and watch it in real time, 10 days of video is them watching it for another 10 days if they work 24 hours. If they're only working 8-hour shifts, that's now
Very
30 days.
sport, so, yeah.
The time savings on this software are huge.
Yeah.
And as I showed you doing the tag reports, you know, I personally didn't appreciate it until I went to a police force and I watched them literally write up the report having finished reviewing it. And they manually had to type in the date, the time, any notes, cut and paste a picture. And in a covert operation, you might have 100 different things to do. And again, it will take you days, but we do it instant.
Very interesting, sir.
Good.
Excellent. Mr. Faraz, you've got all the documentation on it, haven't you?
Yeah, I got them.
Okay, excellent, excellent. And I'll be submitting a proposal to Mr. Sarmad on Sunday. So I shall add some costs into this as well.
I will speak with him also. I'm very interested in such kind of tool. It's very beneficial.
Okay, perfect. Excellent. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time. And
thank you, sir.
Yeah, if you get any questions in the meantime, you can contact us.
Mr. Gary, can I have a copy for this demo?
Yeah, sure. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, if you send it to Mr. Mohamed or Mr. Sarmad, I'll be very in order to explain what you say to my bosses, to my managers.
Yeah, sure. No problem.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you,
Thanks
sir.
very much, guys.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.